So today I'm going to go spend some time with a franchisee that I recently placed in a service brand up here in northern Colorado. This particular brand is an owner-operator concept, and so I'm excited to go jump in the truck and drive around and visit with this new franchisee, learn how things are going, see how they ultimately develop the business, how they meet people and grow and get referrals, and really just see how things are going. So it's not often we get to do this. We help people all over the United States and Canada. In this particular case, it's someone that is in my community that I helped find this business. So I look forward to seeing how it goes. Okay, Jay, so you were a business owner before and you had partners and you decided to break out of that and go off on your own and look into franchising. So tell me about that.
Business partners, actually I had decent business partners, but one of them was going to retire and leave me with the one that I didn't like the most. So that made me start looking down, and I've been talking for a long time, been friends for a long time. Franchising, the thing appeals about that, my previous business, car business, nobody's there to help you and everybody sits back and is hoping for you to fail. And in franchising, you have a support network, you have a playbook, and you have a large team assisting you to succeed, and everybody is doing everything they can to help you succeed. And I like the fact that you have a playbook and you have people helping you, and when something doesn't make sense, you can drop a dime and other franchisees will chime right in, and somebody has done what you're trying to do and already has the documentation, the PowerPoint, and the software to help you through it. And it's wonderful being able to lean on those people and knowing that you have somebody, because for the 13 years previous to this, when I had my dealership, there was nobody. And like I said, everybody just sat back and laughed if you made a mistake and waited for you to go under.
Man, so that's rough. So in this case, you're in business for yourself, but you're not by yourself. You got teammates
that's a very good way of putting it, Don Taylor. That yes, I'm in business. I'm in my business, but I have other people to help me. I'm in business with other people, even though it's my business. We are all doing the same thing and trying to go the same direction. So,
awesome,
yeah,
man. Good for you. Okay, so tell me about the investigation process. When did you start looking? When did we start looking at brands, and then how long did that take before you ended up picking this one?
You and I started looking at brands. You and I started talking about this 2-3 years ago. And kind of been pushing along, and I just wasn't in a place. I was making plenty of money and things were happy-go-lucky, and I was working 4-day weeks. It wasn't an issue, and then all that stuff started to change a little bit. And so we got real focused this last summer, drilled down, got real focused in, so now it is the end of January. We got focused in September. October I started making calls. September got real busy, looking at a lot of things. October started making calls, pursuing it. Discovery Day, November, into November, paid the money, started training mid-December, corporate training early January, live January 14th. So pretty quick turn, I guess, 2 months, buy it all. So
yeah, as you're saying that sounds like about 60 days from the time you started making your first phone calls until you decided on it, and then out in the field making things happen.
Yeah, I mean, but we looked at a lot of stuff. I mean, for me, it came down to the owner-operator model, and where I needed to be with the capital investment, and what I didn't want. I didn't want retail space and necessarily employees. I like this model where it's scalable and I can start out kind of on my lonesome and get it squared away, get it up and running, pay myself back, and then start hiring people and build it from there. But it is what I want to make of it. If I want to keep it a little bit smaller and have a few employees, great. If I want to make it bigger and have multiple crews and a whole lot of people W-2'd, then I can do that also.
Okay, so tell me some of the characteristics of this business that were ultimately the reason why you chose this brand.
I like actually the brand, and there's kind of on the uptick. There's quite a few on the East Coast in Florida and Texas, but the rest of the markets in the West haven't been developed. Definitely growing and kind of hitting its exploding phase. I like the owner-operator. I like the fact there's not significant capital outlay other than your franchise fee. And setup, stuff like that. It's not cheap per se. I like the fact that it's very scalable, that I can start out with myself and then my staff, and to get up and running and start making money, I can pay on a 1099, and then I'm not incurring any W-2 employees. And then you can scale up from there and start taking those things on, but not until you've got an income stream. Like the fact that if I wake up on February 1st, that I'm not $30,000 in the hole for the month between a lease and employees. So I can go from there. I don't have any inventory to mess with. Nice not having inventory to be accountable for. Put something on the shelf that you hope you can sell and make money on. I'm not buying anything until services, or until I sell services. And I like service industry. Service industry is scary because you do what you say you're going to do when you're going to do it, and you do pretty well at that point. Shake hands, look people in the eye.
You had talked about some technology and administrative support functions that made your life a little bit easier. Tell me about that.
Technology that we use in this, there's estimating software that makes it really easy and takes the 10 decades of experience out of it, to where somebody who's green per se as myself can step in and start estimating projects right away with some degree of accuracy. They help you with your QuickBooks and the integration between the estimating software. I love the fact that we have a call center. I don't have to man every single phone call. It goes to my call center. They then schedule the appointments, and I can go from there. I do follow-up calls once the appointment's scheduled, but I can take a day off and the phone still rings and the appointment's still scheduled even if I'm off. So I love those pieces of it.
If you need to go hang out with your daughters or do something, you just carve yourself out. They see that at the call center and just work around you.
Yes, I just block off with my time, and they keep moving. They don't schedule any appointments in those times.
Awesome. Tell me about business development. So right now you're not painting today. How do you go out and drum up referrals and leads?
Press the flesh, kiss babies. Go out to anybody and everybody you've known. Say hi to them, leave business cards. If it's people downstream, take them food as well.
Food's good.
Food is very good.
So
by downstream, by somebody that can really help you, i.e. in my case, a real estate agent, property manager, some people at the paint stores, all those things. You need to be out there and have your face visible.
That's good. We're going to go see an insurance guy and a roofer here too.
Yep.
Just try to fit these in where you can, and that's good. The real estate agents seem to be a good source of revenue and referrals for this business.
Yes. Sitting at home in front of your computer doesn't make money. You need to be out networking. You need to be the mayor. So I just got back from spending about 3 hours with a franchisee here in northern Colorado. And again, in this case, it's a gentleman who purchased an owner-operator model to begin with, but a business that he can scale to an executive model and build a team of people over time. This experience was invaluable. It was great to jump in the truck and really sort of look under the hood, if you will, and understand what a day in a life looks like for a franchisee like this. For me, I care about this stuff. It's important. I keep tabs on the people that I place, whether they're here in my home state of Colorado or anywhere in the US. It doesn't really matter to me. This is people's lives. It's their savings, their life investment. We truly care about their experience and how things go after they decide to make the move into franchising. If you or someone you know is at a point in your life where you'd like to look into franchising, please give me a call. I'd love to visit with you about the franchise industry, help you learn about the different ownership models, and see if we can find some great opportunities for you too. Thanks so much.